Welcome to the final exam, question number 9, and this is a question about welds. And unless you've memorized them, I haven't memorized them, I would show you what I would do on this test. I would just go down and cross off the ones I know was wrong and then make the best guess possible. When we take a look at this, it says overhead fillet weld, and this is what that weld looks like. And the first easy things to remember is this flag. And the flag means that it's a field weld. And then it says tip at top and bottom flange. So we know it's the top and the bottom flange. That's easy. And it says overhead fillet weld. A says overhead fillet weld to both flanges made in field. Okay, main field's good. Overhead fillet weld. A fillet weld, remember, it looks like that. And that is not a fillet weld. So we can cross off A. B says full penetration groove weld to both flanges made in shop. Made in shop is incorrect because we have the flag. So B is incorrect. A is incorrect. B is incorrect. C, full penetration groove weld to both flanges made in the field. So I'm going to break this up. Full penetration groove weld. You know, I would say, well, I'm not 100% sure that's what that is. If I have a diagram showing all the welds, I can take a look at that. But I'm pretty sure this is a groove weld. I don't know what that little top is. So I'm going to look at the other things. That's a possibility, but let's look at the second and third parts. To both flanges, yes, and to made in the field. Yes, I agree with both of those. Okay, so this is more of a, I would say, maybe. Now, I have my steelbook out, and I know exactly where the standard symbols for welds are. It's on page 4 of 155. So you can just go there and look through, and you can see that a field weld has a flag, and you can look around what is a fillet weld, what is a bevel, what is a groove weld. Start there and then go on to the next few pages, and it has a bunch of examples. Okay, so let's look at D. Slot weld to both flanges. Slot weld. And I would say, you know what? I am not 100% sure what a slot weld is, I would say, because, to be honest, I don't mess with welds very often. I do a lot of fillet welds. I do not do any slot welds. So, in the end, you have either this or there, and I would guess C. C, because I remember this. This looks like a groove weld, and that would be the reason. So, and I can tell you that C is the correct answer. I looked at the back just to make sure I wasn't leading you astray, and I was definitely sure about those two. I would have gone 50-50, and I would have gotten it right. But the answer is C, a full penetration groove weld, and I would say to go to your steelbook and just take a look at those welds to make sure you're somewhat familiar. You don't have to memorize all of them. Hopefully they'll give you a diagram in the test. All right, I will see you on question number 10.